What is client-side versus server-side in Roblox errors? Imagine playing your favorite Roblox game and suddenly things start acting weird. Maybe your character isn't moving right or some parts aren't showing up. Ever wonder what's causing those issues? Well, it all comes down to whether the problem is happening on your device or on the game's main server. That's what we're here to figure out today. In Roblox, client-side means everything happening on your own device. When you play, your game runs locally on your computer or console. Scripts running on your device are called local scripts. These control what you see and interact with, like your user interface, animations, or local effects. If there's an error here, it usually only affects you. For example, if a local script tries to access a part that hasn't loaded yet, you might see an error message saying, "Part is not a valid member of workspace." This kind of mistake often happens because your game is still loading or your device has a different version of the game than the server. Now, server-side refers to the game's main server that manages the entire game world. Scripts running on the server are called server scripts. These handle important things like player health, game rules, and shared objects. Errors on the server impact everyone playing the game. For instance, if a server script tries to change a player's health but makes a mistake or tries to access an object that doesn't exist, it can cause errors that affect all players. These errors are more serious because they can cause the game to freeze or crash for everyone. One common confusion is that client-side scripts can't directly change what other players see or do. They only control what's happening on your own device. To keep everything synchronized, Roblox uses something called RemoteEvents. These are like messages sent between your device and the server. For example, when you press a button, your local script might send a remote event to the server, asking it to do something like give you a new item. The server then processes this request and updates the game for everyone. But if the server doesn't validate these requests properly, it can lead to errors or even cheating. When troubleshooting, it's helpful to know where the error is happening. Client-side errors often involve missing objects, timing issues, or visual glitches. These are usually easier to fix by waiting for objects to load or checking your scripts. Server-side errors tend to involve logic mistakes, security problems, or synchronization issues. These can be trickier because they affect the whole game. To avoid these errors, use local scripts for things like user interface and animations. Use server scripts for game rules and shared data. Always validate client requests on the server to prevent exploits. And when you're loading objects, wait for them to exist before trying to access them. Understanding whether an error is on the client or server helps you fix it faster and keeps your game running smoothly for everyone.